Hello, everybody. Welcome to 50/50 Booking. I am Peter, your host, and after a very long week, I'm quite tired. So, if I yawn, that's why. Honestly, been through a lot. And over on this side is a man who's been through quite a lot this week too. It's Aaron. He's carrying colours.
That's just with my emotions.
Hello.
So,
How are
you? Yes, how are we, Aaron?
you?
So, yeah, for those of you unaware, Aaron's had a fun week when it comes to his setup, so he's had some issues. So we're just trying to work through that stuff.
He's also working through it is easier said than done.
Yeah, he's also developing that that look which Hook has apparently in AEW. So.
Give me a second. I'll just
Bit more. Really go wild. Think fingers in plug socket wild.
Just like no.
Oh look, you've turned into every metal band from the 90s.
Yeah, I need a haircut.
Well, that depends, I guess. I mean, it probably doesn't help with the swimming, though.
No, because the chlorine completely gets rid of all of the conditioner treatment I use on my hair.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you wear a swimming cap if you have long hair.
And for anybody who knows my channel knows that naturally my hair is a kind of like afro sort of consistency to it, if not condition treated regularly.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised your hair doesn't absorb the water from the pool.
It is very it's very I don't know how to put it, absorbent, I guess you could say. But when I'm in the pool, it turns like rock solid, and I have to lift it up off of my goggles after I've done laps.
Stop laughing, Kaylee. I got that too, but stop laughing.
I mean, we're not on Twitch, so we don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff, I guess.
Oh my god, Peter, I make cupcakes.
Okay, so we're not on Twitch, which means we can talk about the fact that Aaron just said that he goes rock hard in the swimming pool.
I said my hair goes rock hard. I said it goes rock hard.
Yeah, my hair goes rock hard.
Yeah, it goes rock hard in the pool is what you actually said. So.
Yeah. Did you want to know something funny though?
Oh, I like hearing funny things.
WWE is still selling the NXT UK title belts on their shop. And the NXT UK title is more expensive than the WWE title.
It somehow doesn't surprise me.
No,
do you want a cupcake, Peter?
Is that a euphemism?
A cupcake.
It depends if that's a euphemism or not.
No.
$303 for an NXT UK title belt.
That's actually gone down in price. They used to be a lot more.
It used to be $429.
Oh my god, that smells so good.
And the new undisputed replica title belt is £499. The same with the World Heavyweight Championship replica belt.
I believe the new undisputed title, they actually pay you to take it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Cause it's shit.
Yep.
Well, that's not very nice.
Have you seen the state of it?
Have you seen the state of it? If I be I wear it right, and you're long as all the people.
I like how they call the WWE Championship a commemorative title belt.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, it seems it's gone off to die somewhere.
Mm-hmm. To
Which
be honest, I was thinking about buying myself an NXT UK title belt, like replica, because I've always wanted one.
yeah,
But after seeing the price, I don't think I'm gonna bother.
yeah, but what your people don't realise is that he plans to wear it in the bedroom so he can be the undisputed champion in the bedroom.
It already is.
Yay!
He always comes first.
Oh boy!
Is it one fall to a finish? Is it?
She wouldn't know. She's got her head buried in the pillow.
Wow.
Is that because she's busy submitting?
Something like that.
Wow.
She's tapping out, yeah, tapping out.
Wow. I forget what sex feels like, honestly.
Most people do when they're on their period.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it never happens when I'm on my period.
No, your beard just turns red.
No, that's when I'm in her period. That's a different thing entirely.
See that, mate? Learn from the true heroes.
Real men eat period pussy.
Enjoy your tomato ketchup.
What?
Anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Having
Welcome to
sex
the
is all
show.
right, but no one's going down there.
I know a man for the land down under. Anyway.
I mean, from one bloody mess to another, should we talk about Night of Champions?
Yeah. Segway. And you can start with that one because you're the one who wants to go back and have a look at it.
Well, the craziest thing about this entire night for me was the fact that AJ Styles versus Rollins kicked off the show.
Yeah.
And I heard that I heard from a friend that Lesnar threatened to leave because he wanted to be first on. And he usually is.
Yeah, because Lesnar either wants to
He's
be the
the
first
first
on
or
or the
last.
main event.
Yeah. And obviously he didn't get that.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of argument backstage, which made the result of the Lesnar Rhodes match a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, that result was crippling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, anyway, Rollins versus AJ Styles was actually like a really good match, unsurprisingly so.
Yeah.
Also
Also unsurprising is the result.
So, for anybody who didn't see, we had a brand new champion in Seth Rollins crowned. But the funniest part about this, the week beforehand, when Styles was doing a segment, he called it the World Heavyweight. He called it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and that's currently the title held. Well, was the title held by Roman Reigns along with the Universal title. So that just they kind of fucked up there, or AJ did.
I think AJ did, honestly, because the names are too similar, and that's a problem
Yeah.
with titles like that.
The stupid thing about it is as well, they're also calling both Rollins and Reigns undisputed title holders. You can't have a disputed title with two world championships.
No, you mean you can't have an undisputed title if there's two world titles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole undisputed thing needs to be, like, stop. You're making yourselves look silly.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, speaking of silly as well, we had Stratus versus Lynch next. I get that they were in Saudi, but they looked like a pair in a pit crew at a NASCAR race. And I know that there's not much you can do with wardrobe in Saudi, because obviously women have to be completely covered up. But if you look at these two's outfits and then the other two women's matches that happened on this show, where the fuck did they get these from? A janitor's closet?
Yes.
They got them from Kaylee, because apparently Kaylee is well aware of these.
I made them especially for them.
What made matters worse was they had these two wrestling this match, and then Zoe Starks came out from underneath the ring wearing completely normal clothing, Z360 Becky Lynch to help assist Trish Stratus get the win. This made no sense.
Nope.
Well, yeah, Trish Stratus got the win on that one, and
Such
then
a
we come to the one of the funner matches to watch of the night. I think Ali versus Walter was probably one of the better matches of the show, even though Ali kind of suffered, bless him. But they seem to be pushing Ali at the moment, which is good because he doesn't have a lot of screen time.
The thing is, it wouldn't be hard for this to be one of the best matches of this show, because honestly, we'll get to the rest of the show, but this show sucked.
Yeah, I mean, the highlight of the match for me was the close call in the when Ali's sunset flipped powerbombed Walter and then 450 splashed him. I think that's the closest we've come to seeing Walter lose his championship since his match with Sheamus at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but like with most Walter things, all it did was just annoy him.
And yeah, after a drop kick from Gunther and a power bomb.
Stick to one name.
Yeah, okay, but people might not know who we're talking about if we say Walter.
Yeah, so don't explain it before you start talking about the match, but because you keep going between the two names, that's going to confuse people more.
Okay, so Gunther's Walter. Walter is Gunther. Walter planted Ali with a power bomb, stacked him for a pin, and it was a good match, to be honest. One of the better matches of the show. KO then had a segment backstage and fired up Sami Zayn. Not gonna lie, I didn't see what point this really made.
None at all.
On the fucking what should I call it? The show, not the kickoff show, the press conference before the show. I was surprised that Sammy got an actual really happy response. I wasn't expecting that because I mean he's of Syrian descent. I wasn't expecting him to have that kind of response. But people were really, really happy.
I suppose a lot of that may also have to do with His Royal Highness, the Princess of the Saudis.
Yeah.
Telling people, clap.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Because weirdly enough, they tend to listen to them when they say stuff like that.
But also, speaking of that, we had Asuka versus Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. This wasn't the first women's title match held in Saudi, I don't think. If memory serves me right, I think there has been one other.
I believe so from memory, but I couldn't tell you which one it was.
I think it was Alexa Bliss versus someone, or no, Natalia versus Lacey Evans for the SmackDown Women's title.
I'm gonna check. Just give me a sec.
And they were both wearing those massive big T-shirts that covered everything. I might be wrong. There's only been a handful of women's title matches. But if this was the first ever women's title match on a Saudi show, they could have said something about it because it wasn't mentioned.
Let's see.
What's our time, right?
Oh, let's see. The Queen's Crown tournament took place, obviously.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a title or championship match, was it?
Oh, Belair and Bailey.
Right, yeah.
Last woman standing match.
SmackDown Women's title, wasn't it?
Raw.
Oh, Raw? Okay, fair enough. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
So
Becky and Lita as well at the Elimination Chamber.
oh yeah. So there's been two, both Raw Women's Championships though.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, this was an okay match. I like the way that it ended. It was a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
And we got a new Raw Women's Champion, which is awesome.
I think
Oscar
that probably
finally got
surprised
her
a few
flowers.
people.
Well, considering the way that Belair was getting booed while she was in Saudi, kind of foreshadowed quite a lot if they wanted to appeal to the crowd.
Well, I mean, I personally thought it was time for it to happen, but it was just whether they were going to do it or not.
Yeah, if memory serves me correctly, this was the only title change in the entire show.
I believe so, yeah. I don't think there was another change. I think that was it.
Yeah, following that, we had Natalya versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and Ripley won within 5 minutes.
As she should have done.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this felt like a statement win, but at the same time, it was kind of like, you're really damaging a veteran here.
Yeah, but you're damn it, it's Natalya, so I think it's not such a problem so much. I mean, it's not great, but at the same time, you don't really think Natalya's going to win anyway.
I've heard a couple of rumors about Natalya possibly going back to NXT as a free agent.
I'm watching you too.
They seem to be pulling this a lot of free agent crap right now. Baron Corbin, Ali was on there this week as well.
Definitely. One sec, Aaron. I'm watching both of you.
Peter's watching Kira too.
Oh, Peter's watching you stream as well. Peter's watching you stream.
Yeah, for anybody watching, Kira Wood 2020 is live on Twitch as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, we then got an interview with Seth Rollins, and he was asked what Raw would be like moving forward, and Seth said it'd be the same, but he'd be there every week, just with a world title on his shoulder. This seemed pretty crap, to be honest. I was expecting more, maybe a fighting champion promise or something. But yeah, we got none of that.
No, that's what's currently going on Kira's channel for anyone who's interested. So.
Yeah, put something in the chat because Kira's like sad no one's talking to her.
Wait, no, you don't have to put anything in the chat. It's fine. I'm a good girl. I can live without people talking to me. We have to say gay somewhere in this. We don't get cancelled.
Oh, the fun of interactive streaming. What are you going to do?
Hey.
Yeah.
Ian came to watch instead. It's okay. We love the beer.
So,
Hi, dear. Streaming session. Hi. Wow. It's true.
So,
yes.
Yay. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
we've
Who else would it be?
what did you think of the Seth Rollins segment? I thought it was like a bit
That's fine.
Like the others.
like it had like purpose. He basically told us he was going to be on Raw every week. We knew that already.
Yeah, it was pointless.
I mean, the next match wasn't so pointless because obviously we're going to get a rubber match from this somewhere down the line. But yeah, the next match was Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, and Lesnar made Cody pass out. The stupid thing about this match for me, they wanted a fight, and there was no stipulation.
Yeah, that's
This
dumb.
could have
if you do that.
been an I Quit match, a Falls Count Anywhere match. It wouldn't be the first time they've done a Falls Count Anywhere in Saudi. Hell, they did a women's one a couple of weeks, like a year ago.
Well, we
Like,
talked about it
this was-
before. The Belair and Bailey match was last man standing.
Yeah, so this should have had a stipulation, and if this one doesn't, then we know that there's going to be a third one, and it'll probably be, I don't know, no DQ, probably an I Quit match, because Cody passed out, and that's his one leg to stand on at the minute. He didn't quit.
Maybe it could be first into the wheelchair.
I'd be interested to see if they do a Texas Death Match. See if Cody brings that.
Be interesting.
See if WWE would actually do it would be another thing as well, considering the other brand that does it.
Yeah, because this is something where they could have taken a big lesson from a different company here. Because if you're going to have fights like this, have a stipulation or have a stake in it.
Yeah. So yeah, Cody passed out. Lesnar got the win, so they're one apiece, which means we're going to get a rubber match, probably at Money in the Bank. But from what I've heard, Lesnar's not due for a pay-per-view return, and he doesn't want to come to the UK. So probably not Money in the Bank, probably the pay-per-view afterwards, which is probably... I don't know what the next pay-per-view is after Money in the Bank.
I think it is actually SummerSlam.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Lesnar's got a thing for SummerSlam as well, so that'd fit in.
I worry about Kira can't talk. No, Kira can't. What do you mean worry? I worry about me too.
I feel that.
They can't. It's fine.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I just meant what you put.
So, following that, we had Reigns and Sikoa versus Zayn and KO for the tag titles versus the Usos. Who didn't fucking see them turning up? Come on, telling them to stay at home.
Yeah, gee, well, I'm so shocked.
This was as much used as fucking Adam Pearce was on SmackDown for getting the Usos out of the building.
Oh, I don't know. I think Pierce had a bit more use than that. Not much, but a bit more.
So, the way this broke down, the Usos got involved, tried to like help Reigns and Sikoa, ended up double super kicking Sikoa. Reigns went mental and Jay super kicked him in the face for it. Told Jay that they're brothers and shit, and then super kicked Roman again and got out of the way. Sikoa got back to his feet just to get stunned by Owens, and Zayn and KO got the win. That ref was down for a hell of a long time though.
Yeah, I think he was taking a nap.
Yeah. Or he didn't want to miss it, so he rolled under the ring to watch the monitor.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, I mean, the ending was good because we kind of got the first remnants of an implosion of the bloodline, but I mean, we've been waiting for this for fucking ages now.
No, I mean waiting
Yeah,
around.
it's like,
trying to,
hurry up,
stand
hurry
as
up,
much as possible.
hurry
Yeah.
up.
Long overdue. I gave the whole pay-per-view a
Stay out of the way as much as
5.5.
possible, and then you need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. Oh, she can get it, really.
I mean, the whole 0.5 on top of that was because Oscar actually won the championship finally. And it was a creative way in doing it as well.
Yeah, with the handling.
Well, yeah, that leads us to Raw. And of course, that was kicked off by Seth Rollins after a massive Saudi recap. But he was met with the "You Deserve It" chants. Rollins said he was ready for a fight, but was interrupted by AJ Styles. I thought we was going to get a rematch here, which would have been pointless, and I'm glad we didn't, because the Judgment Day interrupted, and it made a tag team match for the main event of the show. So I wasn't mad at this. It was alright. Interesting to see.
It didn't make much sense though.
Well, the Judgment Day want control of Monday Night Raw, and Seth's the world champion, so like they had an eye on his title. And from what I've heard, Monday or tomorrow, Damian Priest is fighting Rollins for the world championship in Rollins' first title defense, which should be interesting. Can't imagine he's going to win, but it'll be interesting. It'll be a good match as well.
Sure.
Daddy.
So,
Why are we thinking?
uh,
Yeah, but I can't tell if it's in front of me or behind me. Oh, it's behind me.
next we had a Money in the Bank qualifier, which was Miz versus Ricochet. Good
And
match.
Yeah, and happily the right person won this match.
Yeah, Ricochet.
Now you're gonna have to have his buddy on you.
Yeah,
Then we had a Trish and Stark segment, which was okay. Lynch obviously came out and challenged Trish to a rematch, but the numbers caught up with Lynch, and she was hit with a Z360 and a jaw shot by Stratus.
okay. What's occurred? Oh, wait, I have my dialogue.
Didn't mind this segment. I'm just not that pumped for a fucking rematch.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's
It doesn't.
gonna
It doesn't
be.
make, the thing is, you know, at some point they're going to have somebody help Lynch because you can't keep having 2 against 1s.
Yeah, I can't see this happening at Money in the Bank either. I feel like they're gonna want to do it on a pay-per-view, but unless they do it on Raw, like the week of Money in the Bank, and then the Monday after Money in the Bank, Lynch gets jumped by Stratus and Stark, and it turns into a tag match at SummerSlam with Becky's partner being Lita, if she's cleared.
That at least would make more sense.
I'd rather see a tag match, to be honest,
Yeah.
because like this singles match was boring.
I see the shooting.
That's one word for it.
So for somebody who claims that they can go from retired to professional wrestler like that, it didn't seem all that professional to me.
You fussy bitch.
She was slow.
Because it wasn't.
But what wasn't slow was the next match, and we had Indus Sher versus Javier Bernal, otherwise known as Big Body Javi, and a mystery opponent that I couldn't even find the name of on WWE.com.
No, it's not listed. I tried looking for it.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh.
So got Big Body Javi and No Name, and Veer fell off the ring apron on his way into the ring, and this match kind of ended up like that for the two opponents, really, because they got squashed.
Only 111 days till I get married.
And yeah, as they should have done, really, because it's Indus Sher and they're supposed to be a big bad tag team. But why are we having them against local talents instead of actual talents? Because that's what they're on the main roster for. This feels like Veer's coming all over again, except we're actually seeing them in the ring.
Yeah, it's a full start kind of thing. It's kind of it always kind of tells me that there's nothing actually happening.
The only thing about this that's interesting is having Jinder Mahal there, because like he's there, but he's not been put on commentary.
Although using the WWE descriptor of him on the website, stoic Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's confusing.
Like, yes, I do.
I mean, as a former world champion, you'd think that he'd be in an active stable, someone that could actually like fight against the Judgment Day if they wanted to.
No, I'm pretty sure.
But we haven't seen him in ring gear since Jinder Share came back to Raw. He's been in suits every week.
Just know, out there somewhere there is a really.
So maybe he's just managing now, or he doesn't want to get in the ring. Not getting paid enough, maybe.
Okay.
Yes,
That's probably quite likely. Can't be bothered.
So, following that, we had a Zayn and KO segment, was them celebrating their win, both for the titles and watching the Bloodline implode. Zayn seemed really happy. KO didn't seem bothered, and then Imperium came out and said the IC title match was better than KO and Zayn's match. And KO lost it, started talking about the unwritten rule, which was funny, and Sammy made a valid point. Last time they were in the ring, they beat Imperium anyway. But they weren't. Zayn said that they weren't really worthy of anything, but KO didn't care. He said they always heard from Slender Man, aka Walter. They always heard from Ear Guy, aka Marcel Bartel, but they never heard from Vinci. Or as KO liked to call him, Baldy, and that erupted Baldy chants in the arena, which was fucking hilarious.
I have to call him my pet, otherwise I'll get
But very unoriginal. But yeah.
Yeah. Vinci looked like a deer in the headlights, like they kind of gone off script here too, which was kind of funny. This is either good acting from Vinci or KO actually went off script, which he does from time to time.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Could be a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah. So at the end of this segment, the weird thing that happened was Alpha Academy interrupted. And apparently wanted to teach Imperium a lesson in respect. This kind of makes me feel like they're trying to turn Alpha Academy face, which I mean it's doable, but I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, it's...
But they've not really been predominantly heel as of late anyway. They've kind of been running the middle ground. Especially with Otis in the team, it's hard to have a heel Otis.
I mean, it can be done, but I think to a certain extent their heel stuff has kind of gone as much as it can. So I think there's going to come a point where you kind of got to flip them back.
I mean, if you think about it as well, like Otis has started doing the caterpillar again. So like that's his heel move, isn't it? That's his face move rather, so I'd go with yes.
It seems likely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, someone's shooting at me.
So Alpha Academy versus Imperium with Zayn and KO on commentary. Valhalla arrived and tried to take out Maxine Dupree, which caused a distraction for Imperium to take control, and Imperium won. Valhalla being Sarah Logan from the Viking Raiders.
I see.
But yeah, this match wasn't bad. I mean, with the two teams in the ring, it's hard not to be bad.
Yeah.
It's hard not to be good, rather.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you got that the wrong way around there.
Yeah. Following that, we had the women's tag title fatal four-way match, which was Baszler versus Rousey, Baszler and Rousey versus Gonzalez and Shotzi versus Team Karen versus Damage Control.
Yeah, which was Scott, Io Sky, and Bailey.
Yeah, and before the entrances were even over, I was wondering whether or not the other three teams were just going to get in the middle of the ring, lay down, and let Rousey just pick up the belts.
It was kind of obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was over before it began.
You know, you've got to be honest.
Gonzalez literally outpowered everybody and was the main problem in the match for everyone. But Shotzi ended up getting trapped in an armbar by Rousey, and that got the belts to the badasses.
You mean the overrated? Gotcha.
Oh, shit, we got to forget to-
Yeah, them ones. What I would have done here, put the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions in the match too, because they're on main roster. It makes sense.
How much money do I have in my account?
Why?
Of course it would.
You get yourself one?
But
So no, you can't really do like a fatal 5-way
I don't know.
with whatchamacallit, with tag team matches. We could have a 5-pack challenge or something. Or
there's ways
do
to
a
make things
gauntlet
work,
match.
yeah.
Need to be able to do this now. Yes, I will leave it. I can put
I mean, at least the gauntlet match would have a better stand-in for the division as well, because like with the tag teams that you have in this match, only one of them got pinned, so the other ones are going to be like, "Well, we didn't get pinned. We deserve a one-on-one." If you have a gauntlet match, it's the same staple, but whoever went out first is at the back of the line. It gives more opportunity to see more variety as well.
It should do, yeah.
But knowing WWE, if they'd have done a gauntlet match, they'd have probably had Baszler and Rousey in the first spot and then just eliminate every single tag team. So I think we might have had a narrow escape here, thinking
Yeah,
about it.
I think you're exactly right. I think it's exactly what they would have done.
But yeah, I wasn't a fan of this, but it is what it is. We've got new women's tag team champions.
You're gonna get swifty.
Who's getting swifted?
Me.
It's not that surprising they did it though, but yeah, it's kind of stupid too.
No. What do you mean, no? Don't get swifty then. Ta-da.
So following this, we had what was supposed to be a match between Ziggler and JD McDonough.
It's supposed to be, yeah. That's the good word for it.
Ended in a double count out with JD making a statement using Ziggler as his punch doll. This wasn't bad, but I mean, a double count out didn't seem like McDonough kind of style, because we've watched him in NXT. We've watched him in NXT UK as well, and they did a match in NXT UK where I think it was his first match actually. He beat the crap out of somebody that that was well established in NXT UK. And then as the 10 count was about to be counted, he got back in the ring, the bell rang and counted him out. So he got back out the ring and then continued beating him up because he had the winner's purse.
I lost a little bit.
Because he was methodical. He actually thought, oh yeah, I could get money if I actually win this. This would be a big win. And against the likes of Dolph Ziggler, it would have been a big win, even by count out. And I think it would have pissed Dolph Ziggler off even more and added more heat to this rivalry that they're probably going to try and build out of it.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, this.
I get they want to make JD look like a complete and utter sociopath, nutcase.
Was that me that made
But,
that? Or was it someone else?
This was lame.
Was it me?
And we don't see double count outs often. But it was.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of weird.
yeah, following this, we had Cody Rhodes in a segment. But first, I want to touch on something.
You want to touch on me? What?
Who are you touching?
In there, Friends touching Cody.
Oh, it's just too far away.
Rach, did you just say lucky bastard?
But
Hey. You get to touch me Sunday, it's okay.
I could think of an answer, but
I just wanted to touch on something real quick before we go into the Cody Rhodes segment.
Behave.
This was Raw, wasn't it?
Sorry.
This was Raw, like the
Yeah.
show Raw.
Yeah.
You took my guy.
We was 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was Oscar?
Yeah. I was going to get to that, but you brought it up early.
Like, we'd seen Rhea Ripley with the Judgment Day at the start of the show. Where the fuck was Oscar?
Yeah. Where is your brand champion?
So,
I'm sorry.
yeah, anyway, Cody Rhodes spoke about his match with Lesnar and quoted John Cena saying never give up, then said he had a question for Lesnar. Was he satisfied with the score at 1 apiece? And gave him an open challenge for any time he was in the ring,
No,
which is a really stupid fucking idea. I don't know where they're going to go with this.
The most dumb and obvious thing possible. More than
I'm
likely.
coming.
More than likely.
Literally and figuratively.
But,
Meatball.
yeah. Then we had Matt Riddle, who was looking forward to Money in the Bank.
Okay, with you.
And the weird thing about this segment, Gunther wished him luck and said he hoped he'd win and cash in on him so he could destroy him in the ring. This was just fucking silly because he's fucking. I know, like, Theory won the US Championship by cashing in on Seth Rollins, granted, last year. But that's just because WWE's creative was lazy. And if Gunther really wanted a match with Riddle, all he needs to do is fucking say something. They don't need the Money in the Bank contract for this to happen. And if they do it that way, it's going to be fucking stupid and a waste of the contract.
Well, guess what they'll probably do?
Give it to LA Knight.
No, I didn't say what they should do. I said you can guess what they're gonna do.
Oh, bollocks. Anyway, after that we had a Money in the Bank qualifier, which was Nakamura versus Bronson Reed. A really good match to watch, to be honest. But after 3 Kinshasas, Nakamura finally won. I think this is the first time that Bronson Reed's actually been pinned in WWE in main roster. Anyway, so far,
It is, yeah.
which is big. And if anybody was going to do it, it was going to have to be someone like Nakamura. But I feel like this is probably going to cause a rivalry between Reed and Nakamura.
What did you think would happen if you threw
Probably like a rematch or a grudge match or something.
I would think
They
so.
could make a rivalry out of this. It could be good.
Oh yeah, let's see what happens if
I mean, Nakamura hasn't got any, like, heel heat. Bronson Reed's got a little bit, but, like, taking out somebody like Nakamura could get him on the heel radar and actually make his character work a bit more. Because for the moment, he's just an unstoppable mass in the middle of the ring on a weekly basis.
But he's not unstoppable, is he?
Well, not so unstoppable now. Is he trying to do an exorcism? So, following that, we had Seth Rollins and AJ Styles versus Balor and Priest in an 11-minute main event match that Rollins and AJ won. With it only being 11 minutes, I wasn't really interested in what happened. The match was okay, just nothing special.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Raw, and I gave it a 4 because of the fact that Oscar wasn't on the fucking show.
Yeah. Oh, for Kaylee and Kira, by the way.
Let's see the ring.
We do, but yes, you're right. Me and you, Scissor, are falling to Peter.
It's really
Oh, what, with Scissor and Peter now, apparently.
Excuse me.
No, Peter's girlfriend won't appreciate that.
She'll kick
got
both
you.
your asses. Thanks, Aaron.
Oh my god.
I should really like point out the stream is not. This is supposed to be an 18+ stream.
And yeah, your sister's in the chat. Anyway.
Don't use that came out wrong. See?
Let's see. What can we add now? I know.
No, it's not.
So,
I died.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, how
But
come I
you're right. I mean, Raw was not a good thing, so for sure.
We're like Legally Blonde.
No, no, don't hurt me, person.
I don't think either of them are legally blonde. I mean, unless you've checked, of course.
I don't know, Kelly has her ginger moments, so.
Ginger!
You have no crew.
I'm not ginger, fam.
Ginger nut, ginger nut.
So,
Hey, Aaron says you have ginger moments. I'm just repeating what I was told.
NXT was okay, I would say, because I went back to my old method of noting stuff that actually interested me
Where's he based? Yes.
for this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have 4 points.
Go for it.
Low-key 5.
Marvin Darby.
The first match, Gigi versus Jane in a weaponized steel cage match.
Guess what? Yank.
A cage match is a cage match. A weaponized steel cage is stupid. It
Weaponized
just
steel cage matches work for the person who, if they have that gimmick.
neither of which
Otherwise,
these
don't do
people
them.
do.
Right.
Weird. Oh, it's our anniversary.
But
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was stupid.
Pardon me.
Escape the cage was made void in this match too, so pinfall or submission. That point was actually made during the match as well, which is good.
Fucking hell, pardon me.
You have to go. Oh, no,
A avalanche chokeslam got GG the win. And yeah, that was it. Then we had the Dyad versus Bate and Wesley. A good match.
Hey, come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here.
So I think Bate and Lee won.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, and Ali returned during the match as well, with eyes on the North American title, which
Are you
was
running away
good.
from me on purpose?
Did like it 'cause it was a nice surprise. Wasn't expecting it, being as he's been having a main roster push as of late, but as he's a free agent now, so it's all gravy, I guess. Then Stratton's celebrations, where she wanted to announce her first challenger, and as she announced a women's battle royale to declare the #1 contender, she was basically attacked by the whole roster and chucked out the ring.
I wonder if it's possible to get on off this like step beyond each other.
Didn't hate this.
Can we have a look?
Wasn't bad. Wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Well, as we are all aware, I really hate it when anything bad happens to Tiffany Stratton.
No.
Still no sign of Wendy Chu though. She's still on level up.
Jumped, and then there's me, nearly 2,000 miles away.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
But on the other hand, Blair Davenport returned.
Yeah, just I can see the mirror.
That's something at least.
Long overdue.
Just like,
And there was talk about Davenport at the press conference in Saudi as well. So there's a little bit of foreshadowing there. Somebody let it slip.
Yeah.
Following that, we had Noam Dar versus Carmelo Hayes for the NXT Championship, and I have no idea why the fuck this happened. Made no sense to me, but I was looking forward to the match. It was a good match as well, to be fair. Melo won, but as Melo was celebrating, he got attacked by Baron Corbin. So yeah, it was a pretty good NXT all in all, from what I can remember. So I gave it a 7. Had a couple of surprises and some interesting matches.
For sure.
No, seriously, there's people here.
I can't get up there. I'm at the
Thanks.
bottom.
I'm with you on that one. For
So
sure.
following that, obviously SmackDown.
I got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing. Oh, I've got gum.
Stop running away.
Started with this was a Roman Reigns fucking tribute show, basically.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
It was a 1,000-day celebration show
Yeah, it's happening to me.
for Reigns' title reigns. Had a handful of clips. Started with like a really cool
Hey.
bloodline section on the 1,000-day count up to his like 1,000-day reign. None of the sections included the Usos, which I found fucking hilarious.
They are. They're upstairs.
Kind of a subtle foreshadowing for the show. This show was basically a full blow smoke up Roman Reigns' ass
I
show.
can't find you.
The first highlight was when Reigns beat Edge and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania in the same match. Second clip was Reigns versus Lesnar at SummerSlam in the Last Man Standing match, where they edited out both of the Usos in that as well. Even though they were piling the stuff on top of him to make sure he couldn't stand. Third clip was Zayn versus Reigns at Elimination Chamber, and the fourth clip was Rhodes versus Reigns at WrestleMania. But now that I've gone through all that bullshit, I'm just gonna skip through the show. Austin Theory opened up by talking about his and Reigns' title reign and declared he'd have a 1,000-day celebration someday. He brought out Pretty Deadly as a thank you for helping him beat Sheamus last week. Pretty Deadly said it was their pleasure beating up the Brutes, and yes, boy, Theory, and out came the Brutes and Sheamus for a non-disclosed six-man tag match. Throughout this entire segment, they didn't mention the fact that they were facing the Brutes that night. It felt stupid that they talked about them and didn't mention the fact that they were having a match with them then and there.
Well, you know why, don't you?
Does he want me to kiss his boo-boos better?
Why?
If you kiss my boobies.
If this had turned into an impromptu match, it would have been better.
Yeah. But that's exactly why. Clearly, this was not thought through at all.
Yeah. Through some clever shenanigans on the part of Theoretically Deadly, as I've called them. Theory and Pretty Deadly won.
Hold on to him at his finest.
Yeah, do you like the nickname of given them?
It certainly does work, yeah.
Oh yes, it's aerialist.
So we then rewatched the Bloodline implosion from Night of Champions. Solo, Sikoa, and Heyman had a segment which was good. Heyman wanted the Usos removed from the building and said he was going to go talk to Adam Pearce.
You want a Dragon Fresh Sniper?
Then we had OC versus Hit Row on AJ Styles' birthday. Can't guess who was going to win. It's also this match was also made because of the rap Hit Row posted on Twitter, publicly defacing the OC, as Michael Cole put it. I was more fucking laughing my ass off at the fact that Michael Cole tried to rap at the end of this match.
Yeah, over here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've heard him
didn't
trying to do that.
that.
I've heard him trying to do that stuff before, and it ain't good.
No, it's not pretty. As a music student, I didn't appreciate it. As an ex-music student, I did not appreciate it. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I just knocked the bastard.
As a human being, I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Hit Row was in control at the start of the match, surprisingly, but one magic killer later, and the OC, of course, was victorious. And Top Dollar tried to jump Carl Anderson after the match was over, and AJ hit a birthday version of his phenomenal forearm on him for good measure. So yeah, happy birthday, Mr. Styles.
Yeah.
Following that, we had Adam Pearce assuring Heyman that security was doubled and the Usos would not be there. Foreshadowing.
Yeah, neither have I. I had one bullet and I used it.
This then led to the Grayson Waller effect with special guest Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion. And Waller didn't understand a single thing that Asuka was saying, so he just agreed with everything she said. Which was okay, I guess. What made this even funnier was the first person to interrupt Asuka was Io Sky, and they came out and did a full argument in Japanese.
At least that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it probably gave the Japanese commentary team a night off. Well, 5-minute break.
Yeah, because to be fair, they're both native Japanese speakers. If you're going to argue, that's probably what the language they do it in. It makes sense to me.
Yeah. The most interesting part about this for me, though, was Io Sky came out without damage control, or Bailey, because Dakota's out injured. And then after that, Bailey came out, said that one of damage control was definitely getting the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then obviously the queue started to form because you had Shotzi come out say the same thing. Lacey Evans did the same thing that we hadn't seen in fucking... It's been months since Lacey Evans has been on TV. Then Biggie came out and did the same and said she beat Lacey in their qualifier that evening. So Asuka did the smart thing, got out of dodge and said nobody is ready for Asuka at the top of the ramp, just to turn around into a 5-finger sandwich and from Belair. And obviously they had to try and like separate them with security and everything. And while this was all happening, Lacey Evans hit a woman's right on Selena Vega to get an advantage for the match that happened next, which was Vega versus Evans in the Money in the Bank qualifier. What didn't make sense to me was they had Evans hit a women's right while they were getting rid of the Grayson Waller effect setup, and she still lost this in-ring return match.
I just thought they went, come blocking if I was knocking around.
I get it, Vega's on a roll, like top like flavor of the month or whatever. But
yeah.
if you hit your finisher on somebody before, like, a minute before a bell's about to ring, that's usually spell victory. Especially when it's a KO punch. Yet Selena Vega turned it around and actually got the win, thanks to a Code Red Powerbomb.
Yeah, so that's another example of some very bad booking right there.
What were the triangle people? No good bullet.
Yeah. So Vega's in the Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank, and was the first qualifier, I believe, because no other woman's qualified yet.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
His name's Sludge.
His name is Concolate Dildo.
So after that, we had another Money in the Bank qualifier, which was Montez Ford versus LA Knight. This looked like a good match on paper, and LA Knight has been rumoured to be the favourite for the Money in the Bank contract over the past few months. So it wouldn't surprise me if LA Knight won this, and that's exactly what happened. With a rope-assisted pin, which adds a little bit of extra heat to Knight. But this match was boring.
Yep. For sure.
Then LA Knight got a ladder and pointed at the briefcase above him, like everybody does during Money in the Bank season. Yeah. Then Triple H came out to celebrate Roman Reigns' 1,000 day reign for a 20-minute main event segment with a nice, suspicious looking belt-shaped velvet cloth on the table. And we got a brand new Universal WWE Championship.
No, call it what it actually is. We got a brand new piece of WWE shit.
Yeah. Roman came out, had Solo and Heyman with him. Solo looked uncomfortable. Roman got the new belt and held it aloft. It was basically a golden Universal title belt. And personally, I don't like it. Roman said, "Acknowledge me, WWE Universe," and straight after that, the Usos crashed the party. Jimmy got in Reigns' face. Roman told Jay to superkick his brother. Jay did nothing. Roman shouted, "Fix this right now and superkick your brother." Jimmy said the only one who needs fixing is you. Went into an emotional segment about brothers and said to Solo he'd do the same to him. Like, use and abuse him, and once he's done following his orders, kick him to the curb. Then Roman gave the mic to Solo and asked him to tell him who he runs with and who he's loyal to. Solo acknowledged him, but then said the Usos were his brother and looked to be on the Usos side. Roman said, "Shut your mouth," and Jimmy pushed him and pushed his face away. Jay tried to keep peace, tried to wake up Reigns and Jay. This was a tribal intervention of sorts. Reigns hugged Jimmy, and Jimmy said, "Oh, we can still be family," and Reigns said no. And as he broke the hug, Sikoa hit Jimmy with a Samoan spike, and then they left. But as they were leaving, Paul Heyman asked Reigns a question.
Who's that?
What would Jey Uso do now? And Reigns said he'd do what he always does and fall in line. This was a long ass segment, and I got bored halfway through talking about it.
Great effort.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
I feel like a lot of thought went into this.
Yeah, But you
But
said it
it's
yourself.
overdue.
It was long and it was boring. For those of you unaware, because I told Aaron this earlier, I've been up since about 4:30 this morning, UK time. It's now 10:15 UK time.
It was.
I've been fairly awake up until that last bit where Aaron's explained that. That nearly made me fall asleep.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with Aaron because I talked to Aaron a lot and doesn't happen. But that segment was trash because it makes me want to fall asleep. That's not engaging or exciting.
And then again, my voice doesn't exactly help things.
Yeah, but it's not you though, because we go through things like this all the time and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but just worrying.
No, yeah. Are you saying I'm not boring? I'm touched.
You are boring.
You're not.
He is kind of boring. He did a bit of
I love you, baby.
Aaron, I just heard her say she's whoring.
It's boring.
Check out our
I
OnlyFans.
am. Yeah, check out my OnlyFans. Not caring enough for colours.
Yeah, she's joined by Kira, who's also whoring.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about the interesting stuff now, though?
Oh!
So, I mean, it's like 4 out of 10.
Hang on, them whoring's not interesting. What's wrong with you?
Well, they're on FaceTime to each other like every other night, so it's getting kind of boring.
I
fact
see.
that
Is it
you
because you're not involved? Is that what it is?
Well,
Oh, no, I'm not feeling weird. Yeah.
Do you want to do three-way whoring? Is that what it is?
No, I want to do 4-way whoring. Include Ben in the conversation. Come on.
Yeah, at least
I'm down for that.
So 4-way whoring. Okay.
as long as everyone doesn't look at me, I'm fine.
Ben's staying with me the night of the wedding, so it's fine.
Here comes the groom. Here comes the groom.
Wait, who's Claire staying? Claire staying with us, Kira?
That's what you said to me last time.
Okay, yeah, I did, didn't I?
You did, so you can change your mind if you want.
No, I don't want to change my mind.
Kaylee, make a list so you don't forget it.
Well, Ben's staying with me because, like, my mum offered to stay with me, and I was like, no, I'm okay.
Ben!
I had already planned to have either Ben or Shadow stay with me the night before the wedding because all the grooms are going to be in the bar the night before, and we're going to have like a drink together.
Sure.
We're not having loads
Yeah.
because I don't want to be hungover
Hang
for the
on,
wedding.
A drink.
Oh, there's two people out here.
But like nightcap, like reasonable,
Mhm.
like a meal discussing what's happening on the day, obviously, because some of the people.
Uh-huh.
A couple of my friends I'm only going to be meeting once before the wedding at the stag do because obviously where I'm a streamer, I've got a lot of friends and I haven't met them in person yet. So I'm meeting 2 of my closest friends for the first time on my stag do, and we're all going to Thorpe Park.
Yeah, I see.
We got this.
But
That should be fun.
yeah, it should
It's
be.
okay, 'cause I've got my Dragon Breath sniper.
Mental.
But
And I've got me,
Well,
Then
wait
we
if you go
also-
past. Well, wait if you go past, by the way, because you'll have to go past me to get to the part where you are.
That's not very helpful.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to come on the stag do.
I don't think I can, more than likely.
No. Fair enough.
No, Kelly did.
No, I didn't.
So,
I'm not sure you'd want to spend your day off walking around a theme park anyway.
it's more the fact of it. It's a Friday, right? From what I remember.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Usually
Or a Saturday.
Fridays, well, Fridays are normally working, so.
It's the 5th of August. I think it's a Saturday. It could be a
Yeah.
Friday.
No, it's Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday.
Oh, the 5th of Saturday. Yeah. Usually Saturdays and Fridays I am working, but I would have to let you know closer to the time. So. Oh, according to what I have listed here, it's somebody's birthday a few days before that.
Yeah, it is.
It's my mate Carl's birthday earlier that week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm at the top.
So, there's some other person listed here, but I'm not sure who they are. It says
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Care. No, that's some person called Kira.
Yeah, Kira's birthday before the stag do.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm up in Hereford.
I'm trying.
2 days before the 2 days before the stag, so I'm going to be knackered probably.
Shit.
Okay.
Just practicing for the wedding night, are we?
Probably.
Four ways the best way. 4 ways your favorite way.
Wow.
Hey, you guys just said it,
I'm
so it's not
sorry
my
as
fault.
well.
What do you mean?
Uh,
Oh, there's 2 teams.
I'm pretty sure there was. Don't quote me on it.
So yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk
so
about some fun stuff.
I've got footsteps.
Okay. What do you want? Which ones do you want to go on? Go on.
I introduced Kaylee to somebody this week on AEW.
Okay. Which particular?
No!
A certain Sheppy lad, known as Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yes, Rampage. Gotcha.
Yeah, she didn't know that he came from the island.
Well, there you go.
No.
I
And
like
how
the
did that
new New Japan television title.
Yeah, they did that a little while back. Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen it, and I like the rules as well. 15-minute match, and if it's a draw, there's a coin flip. Whoever wins the coin flip gets the belt. I like that. That's a little bit different.
Well, the coin flip's unusual, but the 15-minute time limit thing was the old NWA TV title rules.
Yeah, but I just like the coin flip because it's a stipulation. It's like not. I've not heard of that kind of thing before.
Well, the thing with coin flips, you got to be careful because they've cost you a few times in your life, especially on quiz shows, eh?
Yeah.
So, what did Kaylee think of Mr. Sabre?
You want to watch Grey's Anatomy?
I don't think she was that interested because there wasn't much to look at, according to her.
I see.
And she's not a wrestling fan, so.
Who?
Yeah.
So who was worth looking at then?
Really?
Well, Rhea Ripley, and
Isn't she sexy?
I actually shut up and smash.
And Kira.
Sorry.
Yeah.
well,
I see.
yeah.
It's Pride Month. You can't shit on me without being homophobic.
So the TV title from Mr. Junior, yes. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Vikingo, the triple threat match at the start of Rampage as well was really good.
Yeah.
I like Vikingo.
Well, Vikingo is basically doing what Dragon Lee would have done if he hadn't left.
Damage to cosita. Damage
Because obviously that's the whole AAA thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah, true. I thought Dralistico was filling in for him.
I'm gonna get my.
It looks like a bedazzled WWE Universal Championship.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks like a toy. I imagine that's probably the point.
Did I do it?
No.
But it looks cheap, honestly, and tacky.
Damn, should we do Gun Game?
Well, thank you for the question, Joe Smith, the Don. Thank you.
Whatever. That's what time is.
But yeah, the new Universal title looks tacky as fuck.
I've just finished the what episode. It makes you so uncomfortable for literally no reason.
It literally looks like they just spray painted the back of the WWE Championship and made the gems more shiny.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it does look like. I would agree with you. It's
I mean, like, I feel like this was like their way of like, because they got a new championship, they thought, oh yeah, we better do the same for Romans. That way, he's got one belt instead of two. But I mean, at the same time, I feel this would have meant more if Reigns would have lost the belts and the new champion brings out a new title. That's generally what they've done in the past. Doing this halfway through a reign just seems silly, especially when you've got a reign of 2 titles instead of 1.
yeah. Also, bear in mind that they did this to Randy Orton.
Sorry?
They did this to Randy Orton, remember?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So
Well, they also did it. The Rock did it last time when he beat John Cena for the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship.
sure. There you go.
He unified the two. Oh no, he didn't. Sorry, no, that was just the WWE Championship. He bought the new belt in. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, so was I then, because I was thinking, hang on, that doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah, 'cause Cena got the belt back, and he had the World Heavyweight Championship at the same time. Then he faced Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE title in, I think it was WrestleMania, possibly.
You mean when Rock beat Cena?
Shot at me.
No, I'm talking about when Cena had the WWE Championship. He beat The Rock at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, and then he faced Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship title for title. They unified them, and then they got the new belt because the Authority gave the new belt to Randy Orton.
That's right, because one year The Rock won it, and the following year Cena won it. So that would be the one when Cena won it, and then went on to the.
Yeah. Cena won it back, and then they did a title unification match between Randy Orton and John Cena because Randy Orton hit Stephanie McMahon with an RKO at the unification proceeds thing where they did the fucking segment off or promo off.
Yeah.
And you had all the past world champions in the ring.
And yeah, CM Punk pissing himself laughing.
Yeah. And Daniel Bryan popped a smile as well, and Mark Henry was wearing that god awful pink blazer.
Don't you be picking on Mark Henry, my man.
Oh, it's time for you to shut the fuck up.
Because you've got to remember, Mark Henry did one of the best segments I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, the full 360 on John Cena.
Yeah. I'm quitting. Yeah. I'm retiring. No, I'm going to beat your ass.
Was pretty ingenious.
It was. I liked it.
Sometimes the most simplest of things are the best when it comes to WWE booking.
And to Kaylee, too.
As far as Rhea Ripley is concerned, yeah.
What's happening with Rhea Ripley?
See?
Yeah, she ignores everything, and then she hears the name of somebody she likes. Kira and Rhea Ripley in a bed.
Oh, I'll be in Rhea Ripley's bed. Oh, free for me, you're Rhea Ripley. Yes, please.
Hey, Aaron, you don't get to be involved, apparently.
Oh my God,
that's right. You're going to be a Ben, it's fine.
Just get Buddy Murphy involved, and then I'll be more than happy. I did like the little nod to his other half on was it Dynamite that the House of Black was in a House Rules match. He did the Prism Trap, which is Ripley's submission move in the middle of the match.
True. I'm going to try to. It depends on my day job, honestly, but we're going to see if I can or not.
I really want to go, but I'm not sure how many tickets are left.
They did release a few more new tickets to the public, so that's probably going to help
What
a
a
lot
long
with stuff.
Yeah, there's been quite a few standing ones released, from what I've heard.
Yeah, we had that discussion where I mentioned to Aaron, venues have a way of releasing tickets, and sometimes
Yeah,
there's tickets
absolutely.
aside for
Yeah.
such things.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's what they've done here. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go if I can. Aaron, I know, definitely wants to try.
Yeah, I also wanted to see if I can go to All Out this year as well.
I thought you was the person.
Wow.
I was about to start shooting at you.
At the O2.
Next to me.
No.
All Out.
All In, sorry.
See how it is.
All in's Wembley, dude.
Yeah, Wembley.
You said at the O2.
It's the same. It's the same fucking country. It's just going alone for me. I don't think I'd be all right doing it.
Well, the thing is, mate, you got to decide if you're going to be all in or not.
That is it. Depends if House of Black are on the card. If House of Black are on the card, I will try my best to get there.
I suspect they will be because Europe.
Yeah.
I think they'll try and get as many of the European-based wrestlers on the show as they can.
And championships too. So,
It's
it's just their first time in London.
Yeah. Put it this way, I think there's a reason that Jamie Hayter lost the belt.
Yeah. To win it again.
Yeah. At Wembley. That's what I think will happen.
I'm so proud of myself.
More than likely.
Which isn't the worst idea. And plus, they ain't far enough out for it to actually, so you can actually build up to it too.
Well, I mean, Ruby Riot's British.
Let me just.
Saray's British. That'll get a crowd pop.
Let me do cosita. Right?
There's a
Unless
few people
Saraya turns on Tony Storm and we have a triple threat match at Wembley.
Oh my god, hi Sid.
Well, the thing is, there's quite a few wrestlers that have either wrestled in England or Britain or are British. So
Yeah.
that
Why
can
you mad?
potentially be involved. So, yeah.
Because I listened to Chico's Good Albums today.
Mm.
I'm proud of you here.
Also, Jericho tends to go down quite well here as well. So I think he'll probably be involved.
Yeah, Kelly.
Oh, speaking of things at the O2, because you mentioned the O2 before.
So I just thought
At the Indigo at the O2, there is going to be an event where the Undertaker does a speaking engagement.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's another last ride thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I got sent an email of telling me when the ticket, because you've got to sign up for pre-ticket selection stuff, and I got sent an email about it. So there's a couple of them all over the country, but the one in London's at Indigo at the O2.
explosive.
I'll be honest though,
Explosive assault rifle.
I'm gutted that I'll never get to see the Undertaker like wrestle like live.
Mm-hmm.
So possibly going to one of those events would be like the closest to probably get to seeing him live.
Oh, I've already got one of them.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Oh my god, you will.
It should be great.
For people who are interested in the Undertaker in general, I think those events are always worth going to because they're much more intimate. There's less people. You're likely to get they have to ask questions and stuff. There's different levels of tickets as well. So,
Yeah.
so if you are a WWE fan and an Undertaker fan, you might want to check
Just have to.
WWE's
Yeah.
website and your email some things about this because
Uh-huh.
I think they're just the international.
it may be things that people are interested in.
Yeah.
Which makes me
Like,
yes.
There you go.
weekend for Louis Tomlinson.
Question I have for Aaron though, bring us back to AEW, of course, is so no shade to Kestra.
Yeah. Didn't think I'd see him back in the ring so soon, to be fair. I didn't realise he was wrestling again.
Mm-hmm.
He really reminds me of
I
Hideo
actually, like,
Itami.
Shit my pants.
Or it might be the reverse. But I'd like
Yeah.
to see them two in a pure wrestling match.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I would be like.
And I've got to say, Lee Moriarty gave as good as he got in that match too. It was a good match.
Yeah. But sometimes you're just not going to win a match.
Yeah. Here's what it is.
But it's worth saying that sort of stuff. So
Yeah. Well, I think that's everything covered.
not quite.
No?
No, I'm going to talk about my gripe for the week when it comes to AEW.
Ah, okay. Go for it.
The mixed tag match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just realised I was going.
By any chance, do you know what the rules are for a mixed tag match?
Instant DQ if the opposite sex strikes another person of the opposite sex.
So do you know what my gripe is?
Britt Baker putting Chris Jericho in the lockjaw.
In front of the referee.
Oh, I have a gripe. Aubrey Edwards getting
Yeah.
physical with fucking Jeff Jarrett and his wife. We all know that Aubrey Edwards was training to become a wrestler first, and those who can't wrestle. But
Yeah.
surely, if you're not a wrestler, don't try and be a wrestler. I love Aubrey Edwards. Like, I follow her on Twitter and everything. She's amazing.
No.
But I can't see this ending well. I can see this ending with injury.
I tried running away and it didn't
Probably,
work.
yeah.
Unless Aubrey's looking for some time off if she's, I don't know,
Okay.
wanting to do some family things for a little bit. She's been working non-stop since she got the job.
Yeah. Or maybe she should, if she wants to try and fight against the wrestlers, maybe she should wait till the end of this month and buy Fight Forever.
Maybe.
Do
Oh,
it that way.
we also had the announcement of CM Punk at Collision, which wasn't a surprise because it's in Chicago.
What do you want to do?
I'll give you a hint. This wasn't a surprise because I fucking knew already.
So did I. And I don't have the sources that you do in AEW.
Yes.
That SpongeBob prop up is shit, by the way.
So,
Well,
yeah.
the thing about knowing stuff in advance is you've got to be aware as to what you divulge beforehand, because some stuff you just want to be a surprise.
Yeah.
And for those of you who didn't work out this was going to be a thing, I thought don't talk about it because some people it will be a surprise for some people considering what happened.
Yeah.
Go me.
So, boom, boom, boom,
Kira's
boom.
just sat there smiling.
I hate to think why you've made us smile for. Anyway,
She's seen more than my titties, trust me.
hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Anyway,
Exactly.
bad kitty.
You're gonna make me kiss myself, stop.
You know, you're not supposed to make that cat go purr, you know.
The cat definitely goes past.
It's hard to hear it through the pillow, though.
I'd also be concerned that apparently there's hairballs.
Bloody ones at that.
No comment. Apparently I've got hairballs.
No, I said the kitty has hairballs.
Kitty does have hairballs.
There you
Wow.
go. See?
Wow.
Wow.
Behave yourself, Kira.
Never behave yourself.
Kira, she likes whips and chains. Kinky, kinky.
So many words.
Do 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 da day. Do 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 da day.
Bitch.
She says that because she loves you. Anyway,
Babe, go pee for fuck's sake. You're panic playing. I can feel how much you're pressing the buttons.
You said go pee.
Yeah, you said you needed a pee, and you're playing like you're holding your controller. And you're going, you need a pee. You're
yeah,
panic
if you're
pressing.
shaking as well, that's a sign you need to go.
Don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
I know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem.
I feel that.
If she keeps up, you're in trouble.
Who's in trouble?
You're in.
Right, I'm going for a wee.
Oh no.
No.
You're all in trouble, yeah.
I'm gonna get this up on video because I'm half naked.
You taking me with you?
She's flashing for the cameras, ladies and gentlemen. She's flashing.
I've been abandoned.
She's left Kira behind on the table as well.
She bet she feels all exposed.
She's ending her stream on that though.
Well, that's probably a good thing considering
Mm-hmm.
if you're exposed on the table, you shouldn't be streaming because that's kind of going to get you in trouble on Twitch.
Yeah.
Not so much on YouTube. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm.
she could always just switch over to her OnlyFans and do it there.
Anyway, Kira, you're streaming. I can't take you with me.
I've just finished.
Well, so I don't want your stream hearing me pee.
It's okay. I've just finished.
Yeah. But
That's a different kind of streaming.
I see the text.
You can get money for that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You could get that on your OnlyFans.
Kitty cat.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh,
Oh yeah, thanks. That's everything covered.
yes, I would.
Yeah, pretty much. We've covered the interesting
Yeah.
stuff. We've also thrown shade at
Would
the
recommend.
girls. But yeah, I think we're pretty good there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there's anything else we need to bring up to the people at all.
Just curious, if the Don is still here, our friend in chat, how did you find the YouTube broadcast?
27-year-old me is waking and she ain't even 27 yet.
If by some chance you aren't still here and you check this out later, leave us a message. I can
Yeah,
then forward.
Yeah,
Because it would be I would be curious to know too.
yeah.
So
Thanks for coming by.
Oh yeah, always thank you. So
Appreciate anybody who takes the time to come watch.
oh yeah, because we're literally stuff and we're just talking things through. So people will come by and comment. It's always a nice thing to see. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we always like another insight on our streams and stuff.
I'll give
Yeah.
you insight.
Because the thing is though, Kaylee, is you don't come into the chat and speak to us, and neither does Kira, so you don't get to have a say on this channel. So
Oh, but I do get to understand the channel. The channel can hear me, therefore I do get a say.
yeah, but it's not in writing, so nobody cares. So anyway,
Oh, wow. I remember that, Peter.
She's gonna write out instructions for the wedding day now, just so you have to read them.
Oh, yeah, I've still got to do
you
that,
do
actually.
realize that part of me taking that job means I don't have to actually follow anything that's given to me that way.
I need to write a list of what pictures I want taken.
Well, that you do need to do because I already asked you for that.
Sorry, I'm lagging a bit. I can't hear you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the picture list, Kayla. Yeah, the picture list. The people you want pictures of.
Don't know what you're talking about, darling.
Oh, don't. Okay, well, then I'll just take pictures of people at random. Then. Okay.
At least talk to my fiance first.
Who do you think's paying for his fee?
Oh, Aaron's already cleared it with me. I can take pictures. Aaron says I can take pictures of who I like.
Okay, well, I'm starting to get ready at 9 o'clock. Come find me.
Excuse me, you might want to rephrase that.
Well, I think we should probably
Yeah.
say bye to the viewers.
Yeah, more than likely. I think I've had enough of this madness. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, we both had very long and fun weeks as well. So thank you very much, guys, for checking us out and seeing us. Aaron's Twitch fans, if you've managed to check us out, thank you very much. And we'll say goodbye to you.
Don't end yet.
What?
I'm ending.
What?
It's ending. It's a climax. We're climaxing. We're ending.
She wants to write something.
What?